Welcome to season 2 of Cross Sechuns, the podcast about everything related to Sechuns The Band. My name is Kenny D, and we got the head honcho in the building today. We got the man Calbert Francis in the building as well, and we're going to be talking about Sechuns The Band. I can call him Mix now, right?
You can call me Mix now.
All right. For those who don't know, let's go back a little bit of history here. For those who don't know, Calbert's entertainment name is The Mixologist. Sometimes we call him Mix. Mm-hmm. So if you hear me call him Mix during the course of this podcast, don't be confused. That's just how we roll. So, bro, we're here back at again, year 2, Sechuns The Band. I mean, last year was. What's the one word you can use to describe last year?
Well, I can't use one word. It would be a phrase. It was nothing short of spectacular.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Right? And, the reviews that came in, the amount of shares and everything that we got, even the response for this year, says a lot about what happened last year.
So let me ask you something. So because of that response you're getting now, what was the plan when it came to executing what you had for last year? What did you have in mind? What was the goal or the intentions of what you were going to do last year? And how are you seeing that being represented into this year?
So last year, we had this phrase that we were using last year when we spoke about Sechuns. It was to give people a novel road experience.
Right.
And that is exactly what we were able to deliver. I would say it came with its challenges. Because coming straight out of the gate, there were a lot of things that we said, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And a lot of people were wondering, how are you going to fit all of that into a mass band and package it for the road? And, we were able to deliver that. But I must admit, I almost got a panic attack. I almost got this panic attack trying to get that done.
What do you think was probably the most challenging thing that you would have to you dealt with last year?
So, dealing with events over the years, I set up bars, I've set up trucks and all that sort of stuff for the road. But knowing how Antiguans can be so unforgiving, I wanted to make sure that all the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed, and anything that was in my control, right? I was able to, control it and execute it to the T.
And there's sometimes the things that are not in your control.
Yes.
Some things that, you couldn't plan for. Any of those things probably happened last year that you were able to overcome and you probably learned from?
Yeah. There's a couple of things that happened behind the scenes that caused us to move off late on both days.
Okay.
Right. But I think because we had our mobile kitchen, and we were able to feed people before we went on the road. A lot of people didn't really notice those things that were happening, right? And so, like you said, in anything, you would have things that don't run on schedule,
right?
But the main goal is to make sure that your patrons don't really pick up on those things.
Okay. So here's a question I have for you. Now, you've learned from some of the things that would have happened last year's Carnival. How has that made you better for this year's Carnival and for this year's edition of Sechuns The Band?
So we addressed the two main things that hampered the band last year.
Okay.
One was the not having a physical mass camp.
Okay.
We have our physical mass camp right here now. Our home is the source.
Right.
And then the late launch last year. We were the last band to launch. We launched in May.
Right.
This year we're the first band to launch. We launched all the way in January.
Right.
So those were the two main things that really hampered the band and restricted the numbers. Also last year we did a t-shirt section with icons as well. This year there's no t-shirts in the band.
Okay.
Right? Monday and Tuesday. Mondays for Monday wear, Tuesdays for costume.
Right.
So if you don't want to wear costume, then Sechuns is not the band for you.
Understood. Now, talking about, learning from things that would have happened last year and being the first to do certain things, as you said, you were the first to launch. Sechuns The Band is also one of the first bands in a very long time to bring back actual event, launching at an event. You did that last year, you did that again this year. What are some of the things that you think is unique to Sechuns that people can expect this year?
So we have our after work line
Right.
that we're gonna bring back. We also have our full moon parties, which is a
Right.
countdown. Our full moon parties called
And the next
Cancellation.
one
Is on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I don't know when this is going to come out.
yes.
Oh, whenever this one comes out, just look out for the full moon party.
Just look
You'll
out
hear
for
more about
yes,
it.
yes.
It's not going to be the only one.
So we have Cancellation, which is our full moon party.
Right.
We are working on a fitness jam.
Okay, I need it.
Right. So we're working on a fitness jam as well. And the location for our fitness jam is going to be so central.
Okay.
Right. A lot of parking.
Right.
And we're gonna get, popular people in the fitness sphere to lead our fitness jam.
Okay.
And so we want to have that in June. Just when people really, really get in the summer body.
Right. Not too late for me to June.
No. All you need is just some cardio now. You don't need the summer body, you just need a cardio so you can keep up on the road.
That's all. But I must say though, that I like the holistic approach of everything that's happening. The parties, the fitness jam. I think what was missing from Carnival is that build up to these sort of things. We not just Monday and Tuesday on the road, but it's a journey from we starting in January all the way down, and we having things happening. It's a build up of activities. We're building a sort of a family as it relates to Sechuns The Band, and I like that.
Yeah, because we even have our games night too. That's over at JR's. And the whole idea of all of these social events is to bring people together who you're going to be playing with on the road.
True.
Right? The more familiar you get with these people, the less tush vibes you have on the road.
So you can keep on whining on.
Well. So that's kind of like what we have planned this year.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you that, what can people expect this year though from Sechuns The Band?
All right, so last year, our goodie bags were a hit.
Right.
And if you think the goodie bags were a hit last year, wait till you see what we give this year. It's going to make last year look like child's play.
Funny enough, right? I used to bring my Sechuns cup to work, and boy, I had to bring it back home, boy. Every couple of days they went missing. Somebody, because it's a unique thing. It's a unique cup. But go ahead, tell me about more.
Yeah, so we have that. This year we have expanded our mobile kitchen and our mobile kitchen offerings.
Okay.
Right. So, last year again we were the only band on the road that had an actual kitchen on the road.
Right.
Where food is being cooked on the road and everything. So on the Monday, we had 2 soups, one of which was a lobster bisque. On Tuesday, we had 2 more soups again, one of which was goat water. And we always do something vegetarian for the other soups, veggie option. And then on the Tuesday, we did pasta as well.
Right.
So this year, we're doing, something along those lines. But like I said, we're going to expand the offering.
Who's running the kitchen?
No Limit. Same person who ran the kitchen last year. So if you loved the food last year, you know exactly what to expect.
Right. And you can always check out his kitchen as well.
Yeah.
His restaurant is up on St. Mary Street.
Yeah.
So check it out. You can get to sample some of the food that he does there. So no limit, pick up yourself. So the food was amazing on the road. What else is going to be happening for Sechuns?
So obviously we have our artists that we have.
Right.
We have one artist already tied down. We're waiting on the rest of the music to be released for Carnival.
Okay.
And based on what songs are hitting, that's going to determine the artists that we're going to have.
Right.
We also bringing back our Flavor FM DJs.
Right.
And I have some musical surprises for people on the road this year. Listen, when people realize what's going to be happening musically, right, they're going to be like, wow.
I'm already hyped up and impressed about what's going to be taking place. But let's get some other actual particulars out of it. Being that this is season 2 for Cross Sechuns, how many sections are in the band this year? How can people go about signing up for a section that they want? What is the theme for this year? Let's talk about that.
So the theme is Elements of Zodiac.
Okay.
And, there's this big Zodiac war going on right now. So we have basically 4 sections representing the 4 elements that make up the zodiac.
Right.
So you have air, water, fire, and earth. So the earth is Torpak, and that's being represented by Dumstree.
Right.
Then the water signs is Udens, that's Shandy section.
Big up to all the water signs.
Yes, that's my sign as well too. Yes. And then we have the air signs,
Right.
which is our pink section, that's Zephyr.
Right.
And last but not least, we have Colossi, which is our fire section, and that's the burgundy. And so those 2 last sections that I mentioned, those are the in-house sections for sections.
Okay.
So sections has 2 sections this year inside of the band.
Inside of the band, right.
And we have Dumtree with their section and
Shandy with his section.
Yeah.
With his I think Shandy's section is the water section.
His section is the water section.
Yeah. So
And so our website is up and running thanks to your recommendation, Kenny.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Young lady did an excellent job.
What graph me?
Yes.
Shout out everybody. Everybody getting a shout out.
Yeah, they did an excellent job on the website. So if you haven't checked out the site or you've been on the site just to register, I ask you to take some time and go through the site.
Right.
Right? You have a nice portal about what the band is all about. You have frequently asked questions. Right. You have videos and pictures from the year before.
Right.
And we are launching our SoundCloud page that is going to be linked to our website.
Right.
So that you can listen to mixes from our DJs that are going to be on the road as well. And, eventually we'll get their profiles on there so you can read a brief bio about them as well.
Yeah, man, you can't go wrong. So a lot of this would not be possible without sponsors, right? Events such as these, they don't come off the way like this without good sponsorship. So what are some of the people who are involved with sponsoring Sechuns The Band?
Well, so far, we have our title sponsor, Digicel.
Right.
We have...
Big up to Digicel.
we have our gold sponsors, Source, right here.
Course.
We have
Zach, big up yourself.
Yes. We have Heineken, the official beer. We have Aficionados.
Right.
That's the home for our full moon parties, Constellation.
Yes.
We have King Ocean and Consolidated Maritime Services. They are our shipping partners. And people, if you have anything to ship, it could be from a cardboard box to a 40-foot container, even a car. King Ocean and Consolidated Maritime Services, they're the place to go.
That's right.
So those are our sponsors. We have partners as well. So we have JR's Spot. They're our partners. That's the home for our games night. Right. We have Vice and Rush Entertainment. That's where we did our launch.
Yes.
Granny Annie Pepper Sauce. Yes, they're their partners.
Of course.
We have Takumi Media. They are also our partners, and Visual Echo. They're partners as well.
Hey, you can't go wrong, people. Of course, this year for Sechuns The Band, everything you saw and you experienced last year, imagine that increasing tenfold. Imagine that experience going up another notch and another level. It's going to be amazing, man. Before we sign off for the first for this season 2 of Cross Sechuns, anything else you want the people out there to know?
Well, I just want to thank everybody who has signed up so far. We have a 60% retention rate.
Wow.
So that says quite a lot from what we delivered last year. We do have a lot of people from overseas. When I check the portal, big up people all the way over in France that have registered to play with us and all that sort of stuff. And so, costumes are going really, really fast.
Right.
We've already have a bunch of costumes sold out.
There are a couple of sections.
In
certain sections that are already sold out.
Yes, they come costumes, right? But next week, well, again, we don't know when this is going to air, but
sometime in the future.
So yes, you can expect that on Monday, you're going to hear of a section that is completely closed off. And based on the stock that we have for another section, right, you're going to hear that by the weekend next week, that is completely gone as well.
Okay.
Right. So I just want to thank everybody who has supported the band from inception, and gave us that chance as a new band to show what we can do. And look forward to season 2.
Aye, man. Enough respect. We're looking forward to what's going to be happening. Don't forget, this is season 2 of Cross Sections, the podcast where we talk about everything as it relates to Sechuns The Band. See you next time. We out.